Welcome to selfdiscoverywisdom.com, formerly known as Self-Discovery Media. On these podcasts, you're going to hear people who speak from the heart. They've taken the journey in life. Many things have happened to them, but they've changed it to happening for them. And in their strength, their courage, they've discovered their abilities and their wisdom, and they are now sharing it here with you. Do enjoy each show. We bring it to you with love and knowing that it's going to help you on your journey of life. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life, right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Well, it's flu season, isn't it? Everybody's got colds. Yes, I have one, or I'm just getting over one. And so my shows lately have been all rather kind of stuffed up. But, life goes on. You take what you need to take, and on we go with the show. Isn't that what life is about? We get on with it. That we do have to pay attention sometimes to rest, recoup, review, renew, and not push ourselves. Unfortunately, that hasn't been allowed to me because there's just too much going on. So I've had to push through, just take a few moments here and there. But if we can pause and go, you know what? Postpone, put things on hold. I'm going to love and nurture myself, chicken soup myself in order to heal. And we need to do that sometimes, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually. We need to kind of take those moments to heal and just regroup. So yes, it's flu season, and that means somewhere along the line, you most likely would get it. I was oreganoing like crazy beforehand and thinking that I wouldn't get it. But unfortunately, I have two grandchildren that are in daycare and they come home with everything, my gorgeous little petri dishes, and I catch everything from them, however much I think my immune system is strong. And part of it is that a new baby was born, and I was there looking after the kids. We had a couple of nights of no sleep, so that kind of brings things down a bit. But how do we either push through or pull back, and when do we know when to do that? Yes, I should take time to rest, but I'm going away on Thursday for a few days, and I am going to be hanging out with friends and hanging out with family. And that is, they say a change is as good as a rest. And I won't be doing any shows during that time period, and I will just be kind of enjoying the company. So that's rest in itself. But shows need to happen before I go, and all those appointments I need to fit in. I'm already booked up almost to the end of November, and I'm already taking on January shows. So, yes, where to find the time? I'm closing for 2 weeks over Christmas. I will find the time then. How do we balance it all? How do we kind of listen to when we need to rest, and how do we pay attention to those signs, and when do we push through? I'm pushing through. That's my choice. I've got things to do before I go away. I'm used to this. Unfortunately, being a bronchial asthmatic, it always goes to my chest and I'm coughing, I splutter. And I will get through this because I have done before for the last 69 years of my life. So buckle up and here we go. I think sometimes we just have to look at what can we weather? This has happened before, or this is an owie. As I've said in previous shows, I had a little op down on my toes and it got screwed up and ended up infected and ended up being damaged due to the procedure. And not much I can do about it other than giving it the time to heal. And it really is quite surprising how a toe can really interfere with things. It can be quite sore, throbbing toe, especially at night when you're lying down and don't want to put any weight on it, and it's going boom, boom, boom. There was one time I had an infection in my nails and we couldn't get rid of it. And so the guy said, "Oh, we're going to take your toenails off." And they took 6 toenails off. And stupidly, I booked a party for my kids the next day, a whole bunch of kids coming over for a party. I had no idea how painful it was going to be, how long it was going to take to heal. And that was a lesson in itself. I don't recommend it. And here we are again, facing similar music. Did I learn? Well, I really thought all he was doing was just cutting the ingrown toenails. Not we take a deep breath because there's nothing else we can do. So there are things we're in control of, and there's things that we're not. And when we're not in control with it, we can't do much about it. What we can control is weathering through it, dealing with it. What do we need to do in the time? And just dealing with it and getting on with it. If we spend our time moaning about it and crippling ourselves and unable to do anything, it's not going to help the situation. Nothing's going to get better because of it. And it just is going to take up so much energy. So, yeah, it's a bugger. It definitely is. I don't enjoy colds in the nose or on the chest. I don't enjoy a toe throbbing, but you weather it. You weather it because what else are you going to do? Take what you need to take, do what you need to do, and get on with it because life doesn't wait for us. Yeah, I do totally agree that we need to pause and we need to sometimes just take some time. And I've done that a couple of mornings where I've just taken some time, slept in, rested up, and gone to bed early. And but in the meantime, get on with it. So, what am I getting on with? Well, I've just been interviewed by the wonderful Christina, and her show will be coming out the same this week that this show is coming out, and I will be sharing it. She's sharing it obviously on her platform, and I'll be sharing it on mine. And I'm also being interviewed tomorrow by somebody else on their platform. So this is Interview Sarah Week. I've also got to get ready for a presentation that I'm doing in November 18th and 25th. I'm doing two public speaks. One's only half an hour, one's an hour and a half. And so I have to get myself ready and geared up for that. I'm very much about kind of taking the blocks, what I call the points, having them there in front of me to keep me honed in, but going with the flow, feeling the energy in the room and just going with it. That's my style. As I am talking to you here today, I haven't written anything out. Here we are, conversation with whoever's listening. And thank you for listening. And I'm very much about the flow. Because the flow is, your oxygen in your body, your blood in your body, your energy in your body, your fiber optics in your body. Everything has to be in flow. It develops a problem when anything is blocked. If your energy is blocked, your fiber optics are blocked, and your blood flow is not running, your heart flow is not running, that's when we run into health problems or issues. And that's the same thing for life. We need to be in flow. And when we get these challenges, health challenges or whatever other challenge, it can interrupt that flow. And this is where we need to just kind of take the deep breath, center ourselves, take a little time out. What do I need to do to get back to my equilibrium? What do I need to do to get things back in flow? Because that's the important thing of getting things back in flow. So I know I'm not at full force, toe cold, right? They are just having to travel with me. And yes, I pay attention to them of what they need me to do, a dressing on the toe, medicine for the chest, and keep the flow going. It's very, very easy when something happens to kind of get shattered and get stagnated and become almost traumatized over it. And it's some of the times, yeah, those big things do happen and we have to stop and regroup and relook at life altogether. But a lot of the time it is all about the just looking at what you have and what you can do and taking one step in front of the other and moving forward. Okay, keep moving forward, but you can go slower. You can go slower and a little more deliberate and taking more gaps in between for rest. Doesn't mean you have to go full force. There's some things you can let go, some things you can rearrange, some appointments that can go on the back burner. Do what is necessary. Don't overload yourself with what's not necessary. So you can slow down, most certainly, but be careful you don't come to an absolute dead still. Because when you're at that dead still, it's so hard to kind of deal with everything then that's rushing at you. If you know that something like that is coming, then you're prepared for it and you can accordingly set your appointments, etc. Get things in order. But when it knocks you over the head and you're feeling out of equilibrium and you stuff to do, it's okay to rearrange appointments, give yourself gaps, give yourself time, and then just gradually push yourself through as the energy allows you. But try not to come to a complete and utter stop, because that is so much harder to pick yourself back up from and move forward. A long pause, but not a double stop. You see what I mean? If you've prepared it properly, like flu season is here. I've already had people postpone shows because they've had the flu, or virus or something. This is going to happen. And we just have to adjust to it as it goes. Don't get mad with people for being sick. Sickness happens to every one of us. Is it sometimes annoying? Yes, because I normally put out 4 shows a week, and if somebody suddenly calls in sick, I don't always have somebody to replace them because I'm booked up way ahead, and that means one less show for the week. So yes, it can be a little annoying, but at the same time, it's not that person's fault. And what can you do in that meantime? Because guaranteed there is always admin to do. So it's taking everything with a pinch of salt, lightening up, dealing with what's right in front of you, not sweating the small stuff, chilling out, and let it be, let it be. So I have this cold. It's still dragging on. It's going to be a little while longer. I know me, and it'll drag along with me. The toe, who knows how long? It's been a month already, and it's still not healing. And that's just going to be time. And in the meantime, I'm going to go and enjoy myself. I'm going to see family, go to see friends. Then I'm going to come back and see my grandsons and the brand new grandbaby who is just doing beautifully. He is gorgeous. He's 11 days old at the time I did the show. And he's just a perfect little boy. And just all he wants is snuggles right now, mostly with mama, glued to mama, which is normal. So we deal with things as they come, right? Just deal with things as they come. The world isn't out to get you. The universe isn't out to get you. Sometimes it is there to push back and say, hey, 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 take a deep breath. You're going at all guns. You're going to burn out. You're going to crash. Take a deep breath. Pause. Just chill out for a moment. Do you need to have to go in 5th gear? 3rd gear will do. And that's okay to have those kind of warnings. We got to pay attention to them, though. We have to pay attention. Otherwise, we do get that flattened. And I'm telling you, coming back from completely flattened takes longer, and it can throw you off. So try and avoid the flattened. If you are really sick, then you're just going to have to postpone everything in your life and take that time to completely regroup. But get your emails out, get the phone calls out there, and then, yes, you'll come back to it and have to reset. Okay, you gave yourself permission to completely heal, and now you've come back and you let people know you were sick, and now you reschedule and resume. If you can push through and keep doing things, I'm a bit of a sucker for that. I do, it's just I get on with it. And unless my body gives me the cosmic 2x4 and flattens me, which it does do when it says, hey, you're not paying attention. And then I just go gonk and I sleep and I can't wake up because my body says that's what I'm giving you to rest and regroup. And if we're listening to our body, our mental health, our physical health, spiritual health, emotional health, then we can ride that equilibrium. We can keep ourselves in balance. We can manage whatever comes at us. But it's all about paying attention. Pay attention to you. When can you push through? When do you need to pause? When do you need to come to a complete stop? Can you prepare for that complete stop? Has that complete stop hit you there? And now you are scrambling to rearrange things. Can somebody else rearrange it for you? Is this just taking a pause for a couple of days and you'll catch back up? Is it something that you just need to do for a few hours and you'll pick yourself back up? Just pay attention to what is being told to your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, and navigate it from there. And then you will see how it works out, right? I'm a sucker I do push through. I've always been like that. Part of it is I was so sick as a child. I spent so much time in bed, weeks at a time, that for me it's I don't know if it's a question of not wanting to miss out or just simply not wanting to get stuck in something. But every now and again, it says, no, you've got to cancel. So I have taken them. By the time the show goes out, I would have had my trip and I will be back refreshed, ready to do shows and get on with it again. And that break, it may not be physical in the sense of resting up, but just because I'm amongst my best friend and my son and his wife, and I am having quality time, quality conversations, and I'm not doing any work, that's rejuvenation enough. So they always say, um, you don't plan to fail, you fail to plan. So have a plan in place. Have a plan in place. You get sick, what are you going to do? You've got an obstacle or challenge in front of you, what are you going to do? First, you're going to take a deep breath. You're going to do what you can do, and what you can't do, you'll let go of. That's it. That's it. If you can push through, you will. If you can't, you won't. But don't get to a point where it's knocking you for six because you didn't pay attention. And that's so much harder to come back from than just taking time out to regroup, to rest, or knowing when you can push through and when you can't. Okay? Please listen. Know when to push through. So I will take my cold and my sore toe and I will continue on because that's what I do. And I'll be back next week, hopefully with a better toe and no cold. And I'll be able to share what a wonderful weekend I've had with family and friends. Until next time, I wish everybody well. Take your vitamin C, your pure oregano oil. Make sure that you're not around people who are sniffing, spluttering, and coughing. If you have a cold, please stay home and just get over it for the first 24, 48 hours before, the germs are catching with everyone else. Don't forget to wash your hands, folks. Those germs linger everywhere. Sneeze and cough into your sleeve and take care of yourself. Right? Hot toddy time. That helps build up your immune system. So until next time, bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Just go to the podcast tag at the top there and you will see all the many genres and all 3,000 shows ready for your listening. We are here to serve you, to help you on your journey of life, and we know that through inspiration, it begets invitation. We are supported by you, the listeners, and those that we interview. Anything that you can spare us in donation would be greatly accepted, and we do hope that you enjoy the next show.